Yep, Uncle Lou here again. Third time's a charm today, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, when I went through the games, I went through the games, of course, involving top 25 teams that I was interested in. And there's one game I wanted to talk about that's not in the top 25, but I'm going to call it the others receiving votes game. That's right. And believe it or not, this is probably going to be my favorite game of the weekend. This is the one I can't wait to watch. The one I'm looking forward to the most, I think. Tennessee and Florida. That's right. This game here is a win-win for Uncle Lou. There's no possible outcome of this game that wouldn't be good for me. But let me start with Tennessee first, since we already played them. Now, after we beat Tennessee, I didn't come on here and gloat and rub it in anybody's face. I made a post-game video where I just talked about the game, but I didn't come on here and rub it in or anything like that, because it was a close game. And to be honest with you, I felt like UJ was pretty lucky to win that game. It could have gone either way, but the bottom line is we did win the game. And I've talked about this before, but I'm gonna mention it again now. I'm not saying that Tennessee isn't any better than they have been the last couple of years. They might be. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, look at last year's schedule and how it played out, and look at this year's schedule so far and how it's played out. Last year, Tennessee beat two nobody teams by a combined score of about 100-10. Okay? First two games of the year. This year, same thing. Okay? They played Arkansas State and Utah State, beat their brakes off. Everybody jumps on the Tennessee train. They're amazing. Alright? Last year, after they did that, they played Oregon and humiliated the entire SEC in the process. Got ran off the field. This year they travel up to Norman, Oklahoma, and take another beating. So, first three games last year, first three games this year, identical outcomes. Where's the improvement? Where's the improvement? I'm asking. Last year, Tennessee comes down to, or Georgia goes up to Knoxville to take on Tennessee. We were a pretty big favorite, I guess, in that game. Ends up going to overtime. Georgia barely wins. This year, Tennessee comes down to Athens. Georgia's a big favorite. It's a close game. Georgia barely wins. So, my question with Tennessee, and I've told you before that you guys are better this year than I thought you would be, as far as what I see when I watch Tennessee play. But at some point, Tennessee, the results have to change. You can't keep getting better, but the outcome be identical to what it was in years past. BVD, I give you credit. You've said numerous times, no moral victories for Tennessee. Those days are over. And my question is, to Tennessee fans, how long are you gonna continue this mantra of one more year, one more brick, one more great recruiting class? How long is this going to go on without the rest of us being able to see it in the win-loss column? It better start this week against a down-and-out Florida team. Because if Florida comes up to Knoxville this year and beats you guys, I'm going to have to go back to my previous prediction of no bowl game for you people. I said in the beginning of the year I didn't think y'all were going to make a bowl game. And then after hearing all the Tennessee fans talk about how much better y'all were, even though your records were the same, I changed my mind. Of course, part of that has to do with Vanderbilt being as bad as they are. I thought Vanderbilt was going to beat y'all this year. After what I've seen now, I don't see that happening. But at some point, the results have got to match up with all the talk I'm hearing from Tennessee fans and, you know, Butch please and all this kind of, you know, if he's the savior, well let's start winning some games. I mean, this year is exactly the same as last year so far. No difference at all. None. So you should win this game for that reason alone. Let's see some results on the field. Now, Florida. Last year, you guys were the butts of every joke. Okay? The worst season you've had in years. You lost to Georgia Southern. I mean, it couldn't possibly get any worse for Florida than what it was last year. And you guys were riddled with injuries last year. And Uncle Lou knows the feeling, because Georgia got ate up with injuries last year too. So I know how it is. But this was going to be the year you turned it around. Everybody's healthy. You show up in T-Town, and Amari Cooper is still catching passes on you guys 2 weeks later. And what I don't get is even these Florida fans who hate Will Muschamp and, you know, can't beat the drum loud enough to get him out of town, have to admit that his strength is supposed to be defense, and you guys look terrible. I didn't think there would be a worse defense in the SEC East than what Georgia has, but geez, you guys got lit up. I mean, 600 and something yards. If it wouldn't have been for those turnovers Lane Kiffin had in the first half, Lane Kiffin would have beat you guys 60-0, and that's embarrassing. So now here you come up to Knoxville this week. You've beat Tennessee 9 years in a row. Now, a lot of those 9 years, you guys were the better team. But there's been years where Tennessee probably had the better team, but for whatever reason, Florida has been able to come away with the win. And as a Georgia fan, I can relate. You guys beat up on us for 12, 13, 14 years in a row there. And there were years we had a better team, but for whatever reason, you guys got in our head, and some of those years we were beat before the opening kickoff. We were beat mentally. All right, stop it. Look at this. See, that's the problem. Too much wrestling. But anyway, you guys were beat Georgia was beating a lot of those games before the ball was ever kicked off, and that's what's happening to Tennessee now. So Florida, if you're going to be anything this year, then you need to go up to Tennessee and beat a Tennessee team that, results-wise, is no better than they were the last couple of years. And this game, to me, and this is why I'm so excited about watching this game, you know the old saying about rubbernecking when you go by a car accident or something like that? That's what this game is going to be. Because regardless of who wins or loses this game, it's going to be a car accident for somebody. If Tennessee loses this game, they might not win another game the rest of the year. They're going to be so demoralized. You guys have lost to Florida forever. This is, last year and this year's the worst Florida's been in 20 years. If you can't beat them this year, when are you going to beat them? And for Florida, if you guys go up there and lay an egg and get beat by a Tennessee team, a 2-2 Tennessee team, who hasn't beat anybody other than Arkansas State and Utah State, if you guys go up there and get beat by them for the first time in 9 years, these Will Muschamp haters you're not going to be able to silence them then, and this probably will be Muschamp's last year. I can't see him firing Muschamp in the middle of the year like a Lane Kiffin situation, but if Florida loses this game, then this will be Muschamp's last year. I'm 90% sure of that, no matter what happens the rest of the way. So, yep, this is going to be a car accident game for sure, and it's a win-win for Uncle Lou, no matter who loses and no matter who wins. And I want to end this video here with one more thing about Tennessee. What in the world? Okay, this third down for what? All right, if you guys don't know what this is, it's a Lil Jon rap song called "Turn Down for What," I think. Like, turn down for what? In Tennessee, I guess, plays this song every time it's third down, and they go ahead and change the words to "third down for what." Okay. All right, I get it, I guess. But now I hear that Lil Jon, the guy what sings this song, is actually going to be at Neyland Stadium on Saturday and is going to lead the team out of the tunnel. What is this, a pep rally? Now, if he wants to come the night before the game, or, you know, if he wants to be outside, you know, before the game with the tailgaters, to have some kind of thing going on, but leading you guys out of the tunnel, really? I mean, what type of a circus atmosphere are you trying to create up there in Neyland Stadium? And I think you're doing the checkerboard thing too in the crowd, where they have a website you have to go to, and you punch your seat number in, and it tells you whether to wear an orange shirt or a white shirt, and they're gonna checkerboard the whole stadium or whatever. You know, some kind of, it's like a carnival. You guys are going to be selling funnel cakes and candy apples too, and I mean, it's like the fair is coming to town. I don't understand. I mean, BVD's going to be outside Neyland Stadium guessing people's weight. Anyway, have fun watching the games this week, and go Dogs!